Whenever a new Tekken game comes out, people usually wonder about the same two questions. The first one, obviously, is how does it play? Tekken is one of those series that always tries to expand and refine the existing formula, instead of trying to radically change things up with every new title. The second question is the one we will be asking today. How does it sound? At this point, Tekken has a real legacy of consistently amazing soundtracks. Even if you personally didn't like the OST of any specific entry like Tekken 7, Tag, or maybe 6, chances are that there are still some tracks in those games that get you really hyped up for the action. Naturally, this also means that the expectations for Tekken 8 are set quite high, especially for those who consider the previous game to be a mess in the music department, and boy, that's quite a few people. Tekken 7 had some tracks that were either extremely harsh and abrasive, or were disliked because of the overt dubstep inspirations, which is understandably not everyone's cup of tea. Not to mention, it was quite different from the kinds of electronic music that Tekken fans are used to. Well, if you hated that kind of music, then good news! So far, nothing in Tekken 8 sounds like either of those two examples. While there are still some patterns that you will recognize from Tekken 7, the music we heard in the network test largely falls into the genres that we've heard before. For example, the Rebel Hangar theme sounds like a pretty modern take on Tech House, with a classic beat accentuated by powerful synths. If you found the arena theme to sound familiar, that also shouldn't be a surprise. Ajurika is back once again with some really good psytrance that you've heard before on the Jungle Outpost and Electric Fountain. This is also the man responsible for Heat Haze Shadow that I think pretty much everyone loved. Naturally, Tako Inoue is also back, though the variety in his sound makes him a bit harder to pin down. Probably the biggest giveaway is the Tekken 8's main menu theme. As some of you might know, he composed the menu track for Tekken Revolution and Solitude for Tekken 7, and you can hear the elements of both in this track. For those who enjoy Tekken music with some orchestral elements, there is the serene and relaxing Yakushima theme. While we can't confirm, perhaps this could be the work of Keiichi Okabe. He has been writing Tekken music for a long time now, but recently became known for his Nier soundtrack. Going back to electronic music, the network lobby theme goes way harder than it has any right to. A great example of progressive trance that might make you want to stay in the lobby just a little bit longer before going into the match. On the other hand, the Urban Square track is really energetic and fits into the happy hardcore genre that is known for its upbeat tempo and uplifting tone. The last two tracks have already managed to become somewhat controversial or perhaps polarizing. The first one is the character select. The electronic part of it seems to be in high regard by most, but the opinions are split on the vocals, as the chants create this sort of sound that would probably be more at home in a sports game. Finally, the Sanctum also gathered some mixed feedback. The majority of the track is really dense orchestral music with amazing vocals reminiscent of the Fallen Colony and Temple Grounds. likely provided by Nami Nakagawa, who worked on Tekken 6, Tak 2 and Tekken 7. But there's that beat drop that was hype for some and a complete killer for others. Despite that, Tekken 8 soundtrack is looking kinda buff so far, even if we only got to hear a handful of tracks. And if there are some stinkers, let's just hope that we also get a jukebox. On all platforms this time. But before we leave, we want to ask you guys, what kind of music do you want to hear in Tekken 8? Doesn't even have to be an example from previous Tekkens, just any sort of music that you like. We would love to hear about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and bye bye!